There it is. Like, it's dry. It's right on the one place. It's dry. Thank you, sweet baby Jeebus. It's dry. I'm going to go ahead and get the ball rolling on swapping out the throttle body. This is the original throttle body on the truck manifold. The problem is that this throttle body is drive-by-wires. The Holley Terminator X system that I have does not support drive-by-wire. You need a cable-driven throttle body to open and close that throttle blade. So let's go ahead and get this thing taken off.
Got the bolt.
Which I picked up from Phytech, whatever. But yeah, 92mm, cable driven. The only way it can go on is with this adapter plate from EFI Source that's made just specifically to put a 92mm throttle body on the Hemi intake manifold. First problem I'm running into is there's these little tiny alignment dowels. These little titties sticking up. That little dowel. And that little dowel. So I think I'm just going to come in with my Dremel tool and snip, snip, so I can get my plate on. Started looking down inside, and I don't know if I can pick this up, but I've got some engine oil inside of my intake manifold. Probably not a good thing. So I think before I go any further, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take this thing to my work and use our power washer. We've got a hot power washer and some cleaner, some degreaser. I'm gonna clean the inside of this thing out really good before I go much further. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get this new rear main installed. Carefully. I think that got it. I think also while I'm back here, I got a pilot bearing. I'm going to go ahead and put this in. Alright, next thing I'm going to do is pull the engine up out of the K-member so I can get it put on the engine stand, because we're putting an oil pan on this thing finally. we got parts. First thing I got is something I've been waiting on for a while. We now have an oil pan. This one came from Jags. It's their own brand. Part number 502054. Yeah, I picked this one because it was the cheapest option, and like I said, budget. Let me say it again, budget. But looking at it, looks good. I think it'll work. And to go along with that oil pan, we got a new oil pickup tube. We got some bolts to hold down said oil pan. From Pro, we have an oil pan gasket and windage tray. And for the old razzle dazzle, a braided stainless steel dipstick tube. I think the first thing I'm going to be doing is setting up my pickup and measuring my depth of my pickup compared to the bottom of the pan. Make sure that pickup isn't just smashed against the bottom of the pan, and also make sure it's not too far away from the bottom of the pan. Okay, so I've got my oil pan gasket set in place. I've got the pickup tube bolted down. So what I'm going to do now is measure the height of my pickup tube. I'm going to lay a straight edge across the bottom of my pickup tube. Then I'm going to measure from the pan gasket up to my straight edge. And I get about 6 inches. Now on my oil pan, I'll lay my straight edge across, measure down to the bottom of the sump, and I've got 6 1/8. So that means between the 6 inches on the pickup tube and the 6 1/8 on here, I've got an 1/8 inch difference. So my pickup tube will have an 1/8 inch clearance from the bottom of the pan. I think that's right. That's about right. I'll take that. I decided there's one more thing I was going to check before I bolt the pan on. I filled it full of water. I'm going to leak test it. I'm just going to let it sit here for about 30 minutes or so. Then I'm going to come back in and check all my weld seams, make sure I don't have water or anything coming out from those. Because if it is leaking, I'd rather get it fixed now versus later. In the meantime, I'm going to play around with this. See how this fits. I think this is about where the old dipstick tube's gonna live. Very race car looking. It kind of tucks in here underneath the headers, so when I get the engine back into the K-member, I'm going to have to recheck this, make sure it's gonna clear everything, but it's a little loose, but whatever. And it looks like the oil pan passed the leak test, so I'm gonna get this thing dried out and get it put on the engine. oil pan is on, and may I say, it looks very race car. Yeah, all right. Finally making some progress. We're getting somewhere. Well, I got the engine on the stand and upside down. There's a couple more issues I'm going to take care of. And that involves my oil filter situation. The first thing is, for whatever reason, the engine that I bought it used. The engine that I got does not have the filter nipple, the filter adapter. But I went looking on Summit Racing and I came across one of these, filter adapter, filter nipple. Here's the part number for it. I don't remember off the top of my head what the thread sizes are, but I'm going to go ahead and get this installed. I am going to use some Loctite on these because I don't want this thing to back off. And click, I'll call that torqued. I'm planning on running a remote oil filter on this thing because, for one, if you try to run a normal oil filter on here, it ends up hitting this motor mount bolt. So I went ahead and picked up this fancy Earl's oil filter delete kit. This is just a block off plate for this oil filter. Yeah. Click. Yeah, let's get this thing off of the engine stand and back onto the K-member. So I'd like to get the jig unbolted from the K-member, and I'd like to slide the K-member with the engine on it. Whoop. Underneath the car. Lower the car down on top of the engine and K-member. Bolt the K-member up and see how things are going to fit. Biggest concern right now is if the intake manifold is going to clear the hood or not, because that throttle body sticks up vertical on the truck manifold and it sticks up kind of high. I'm afraid I'm gonna have some hood to throttle body clearance. well, maybe not the best rig in the world, but I can scoot things around. That back one kind of has a mind of its own. It wants to just kind of over there and chase bugs, and spray paint dogs, do whatever it wants. It has a mind of its own. But for no farther than that has to go. Well, running into my first hang up here. Left side of the car, we would have more room except for the header is coming into contact with the brake proportioning valve. Yeah, there's the header tube and it is just getting wedged in between this proportioning valve. I'm planning on redoing the brake lines on this thing anyway. I would like to have an adjustable proportioning valve. So, adios. It'll be fine. Trust me. Oh, this kind of hurts to do though. It's like, owie. Hey. There. You're just kind of fighting all the way, aren't you? Ah. Eh. There we go. You ready for the sweet, sweet release? Oh, baby. I gotta get this thing out of here. Hang on. This is too good. I've got a Hemi dart. I've got a Hemi dart. King of the trailer park. I got a Hemi dart. Oh, don't scratch the paint. Don't knock over the camera. I've got a Hemi and a dart. Woo! Oh, just look at it. God, just look at it. Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't fit that bad. I mean, yeah, everything's snug. I mean, of course it is, because of course. But that ain't bad. I think it's time for a celebratory beer. Somebody call Jamie Presley. Because somebody got himself a Hemi. Okay, one thing I gotta check out though. Big old honker of an intake. Okay. I don't think that's gonna clear the hood. So let's make it worse by putting this on there. I'm gonna put this honker on there. I don't know, it looks impressive, but is that gonna clear? It's hard to say. I think it will. I mean, it's definitely not gonna clear the hood, but will it clear the hood with a hood scoop? Let's find out. We'll just give this a little shot here. Creak. Yeah, need some light. Okay, right there we're making contact. Right there. Huh. See how bad it is. Yeah, that's pretty not good. That's pretty not good. Right there, the hood is hitting the throttle body, and I still got another 1.5 inches, 2 inches to go before she latches. But I'm not against cutting a hole in the hood because I'm planning on running the Majestical 6-pack hood scoop. I'm gonna have to mount it a little bit farther forward than I would like in order to clear the throttle body, but I think it'll look fine. I think it'll look fine. Yeah. Race car. Buster, you say race car? Race car! You say race car? Race car! And then also while I was at it, I went ahead and threw on some of the accessories, so like power steering pump, alternator, intake, and all that. There we are. It's in. Man, that engine bay is not doing anything for me. It's dirty, that black is just, ugh. That's gotta change somehow. Can't decide yet. Do I go gloss black engine bay, satin black engine bay, or do I paint the engine bay body color, which is gonna be some form of yellow. I'm just not sure what yet. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Hey everybody, Future Derek here. So I'm editing this video together, and I think this is going to be a good place to go ahead and wrap this one up. You know, I got the engine test fit in the car, and it's fitting pretty darn good. And spoiler alert, the car is on the road right now. It is running and driving, and it is freaking a blast. So, full disclosure, I am pretty far behind on getting my videos edited and uploaded for everybody to enjoy. How far behind? The content that you just watched was filmed in the summer of 2022. It is now September 2025. So yeah, I've got some work to do to get caught up, but I'm working on it. New videos are coming, I promise. And on that note, I just wanted to say everyone that has been supporting me in this whole YouTube journey that I'm on, thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Everyone that is subscribed, everyone that watches my videos, everyone that likes, comments, shares, all of that. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. You know, I want to grow this channel into something cool that a lot of people can enjoy. You know, whether you learn something from it, whether you're entertained by it, and above all, I want to inspire other people to get out there into their garage, build something cool. I want to inspire others the way that I have been inspired by watching other people do cool stuff. So, you know, get out there into your garage, build something cool, see what happens, you know? So, as always, everybody, thanks for watching. I appreciate you. We'll catch you on the next one.
Duster? Hey, psst. What are you doing? What are you doing? You think you're helping? Huh? Jerk.